Hey guys, welcome back inside the toy room. It is Vintage Wednesday, or maybe it's Way Back Wednesday. Hold on, someone suggested something for this. Oh, it was Gilster, the great Gilster. He said Wild Card Wednesday. Maybe that's a good one too, right? Someone else said Throwback Thursday, if I want to do vintage on Thursday. So, well, we know it's Wednesday and we're doing it. So it's either Way Back Wednesday or Wild Card Wednesday or Vintage Wednesday. But yeah, here we go. So I wanted to look at the Thundercats, because I've been getting a lot of Thundercats figures in. All the villains are in. So, but I've had a lot of requests for M.A.S.K. So I think we're going to do M.A.S.K. and Thundercats together. Like, we're going to alternate weeks. One week we'll do M.A.S.K. and the next week we'll do Thundercats. Or we could throw in Thundercats on like one of the weekend days, you know, and maybe catch up, because there's a lot of M.A.S.K. stuff that I have to get through. So that will be weeks and weeks and weeks of just straight on M.A.S.K. So I don't know. We'll see. We could, yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the Thunderhawk. This car was so cool when we were kids. M.A.S.K. is mostly about the cars, and this car just like blew us away. It's kind of a Firebird. I mean, it really looks like a Firebird, if you know, from all aspects, except that front end and rear end kind of isn't a Firebird, you know, but they've took some poetic license, I think, here. But we had really cool, like, all these lights on the front. There's 8 headlights. We had side pipes for the exhaust, gull-wing doors, an awesome spoiler on the back with a massive bumper for crashing into things backwards, I guess. It was just, like, really cool tires, and they are rubber tires, so that was really cool as a toy for a kid. And your characters fit inside, and there are seat belts to hold them in. You can kind of see it in the window there. There's shoulder straps to hold your characters in when you're flying around with this thing. It was so cool. This was like one of the coolest car toys we had as a child. My brother had this, I think, when we were kids, and he had this and the blue jet helicopter. And I had some of the other vehicles, so it was kind of, yeah. We were always taking this thing out and having fun with it. It was so cool. But this is not my brother's. This is one I acquired during COVID here. During most of my M.A.S.K. toys, other than the ones I did keep the 2 or 3 that I owned from when I was a kid, but everything else I got during the COVID lockdown. I just went on a M.A.S.K. spree at the beginning of the year. Beginning of 2020, I mean. Now we'll start taking a look at Matt Trakker here. Both versions of Matt Trakker. Stay. So Matt here comes in gray with some red knee pads and boots. Accents on the arms. He's got red gloves, some brown straps holding him in, and this cool helmet. All M.A.S.K. figures had bendable knees and legs that moved, and then they had the arms and their head can move. And yes, the helmets come off. That was a big deal. There's Matt Trakker with all his blonde hair, and this mask is pretty cool. Pop it back on and take a look at it. Now, the problem was Series 1 came out and the masks were small like this and kids were swallowing them. And since there's no air pockets in it, there's no ventilation, they would choke to death and have to go to the doctors to get it out. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone actually died, but it was a serious choking hazard. So Kenner switched them. Kenner took notice and changed to this larger style helmet. And in some aspects, it makes for cooler looking helmets. And I got a second Matt Trakker figure to put this helmet on. He's not in as best a shape as the other one, but, you know. But you can see the new helmets had this part that went down around the shoulders, around the chest, and it was open. It also went down around his back and was open. And they opened up a vent hole on the top so that if it is lodged in your throat, you can still breathe. You see that? Clever design. So yeah, if we put them back on and do them side to side, you can see the difference in the helmets here. It's got like side pipes on it here, and the whole bottom part is added, you know, that goes over his chest. It hides some of the detail on the figure's chest and everything, and some of the detail on the figure's back. But it still makes for a really cool design, you know. I mean, some would seriously argue that this is a better helmet design than this little tiny thing here. You know, I could definitely see people making that argument. Looks very Stormtrooper TIE Fighter pilot like when you have it like over here, where this is just this little thing going over his head. Although this looks more like a realistic helmet that you would have in real life. You know, it is just a helmet and cowl. But this makes for a cooler looking toy. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Which helmet design do you like better? Do you like the originals? Or do you like the design that was could save lives? No pressure there. Yeah, let me know what you think looks cooler as a toy. You know? Alright, now on to the car itself. Now the cars, like I said, the vehicles were where all the features were at. And this thing was no doubt awesome. So you push this button and the wings pop up. And these guns can slide out for more added action. Wing action there, whatever you want to call it. So that was really cool. I mean, when you would just pick this thing up off the ground and fly into action with it. It was like immediate. No waiting around. These jets pop out the back. The bumper rides up. This spoiler pops higher. You know, it was down like that. You see what I'm... And then now you can see the jets and the word mask underneath. These jets kind of pop out a little bit when this spring-loaded action happens. Really cool looking car. Really cool looking car. And like I said, you've got these cool seat belts here for the character. When he sits in the car, he's not going to fall out. Awesome rubber tires. And there are supposed to be bombs under here. Now, I don't own the bombs. Those are very difficult to find. And when you do press these, you'll see them move. They'll release the bombs. So you can just as you're flying around. If you are looking for these, one thing to look for is rubber on these tires. The rubber is often cracked and broken on the rubber tires. So make sure you really look at your tires and get good tires when you're picking one of these out. It's very difficult to find 4 intact perfect tires on these. And then, like you saw with mine, these can slide down on your vehicle. They might not stay all the way up. Sometimes they fall down when it's in car mode, I mean. So they'll kind of do that sometimes. But, you know, you live with it. Because these things are so old. And yes, they were made by Kenner. So that's really cool. So there you go. I got Matt strapped in there. So you can see him flying in his car. Mask. Mask Crusaders. Yeah, this is definitely by far a really cool vehicle. Really happy to have this thing in my collection. I'm ecstatic. I really love this car. I love the Thunderhawk. I love Matt Trakker. I think M.A.S.K was a killer show. Great comic book. it definitely should be something that should be coming back. I really, really hope that they bring this line back. It would be awesome if it was like to scale of G.I. Joe, like 3.75 inch. But if they kept it this size, I'd still be happy. I'd be buying it, no problem. These vehicles were just awesome. They're just incredible. Yeah, amazing stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys like M.A.S.K just as much as I do. And hope you look forward to going through the rest of the collection with me. Because, yeah, we're going to hit each and every vehicle that I got. Both good guys and bad guys. And over the next few, probably months. Because this is going to take a while. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 good guys and probably just about the same 8 or 9 bad guys. So there's a good 18 to 20 vehicles to look at. So yeah, we could be here for the next 18 to 20 weeks. But I might double up, like I said. Maybe I'll do an extra one on the weekends on some of those throwaway days, so we can get through these and not have, you know, only see M.A.S.K for 20 weeks. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm John. I'm out of here. This is the Thunderhawk with Matt Trakker, and I hope you guys were, you know, super excited by this. This is really cool. Let me know what M.A.S.K vehicles you own. Do you have M.A.S.K? Is this cool for you? And what's your favorites? Who should I do next? You know, all that stuff. Let's talk in the chat. Maybe I'll do Miles Mayhem and his jet there. Yeah. That should be next. Maybe I'll alternate good guy, bad guy. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And tomorrow is Thursday, and I think I'm going to do a Star Wars thing for Thursday. Yeah, I think I've decided that's what's going to happen. Something Star Wars for Thursday. All right. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.